Let's get that in the Psalms, man. Go to Psalm 68. Psalms, 67.
This is the book of Psalms.
Let me find this one, man. This has to come up. This has to come out. Psalms. Psalm 72 and 9. Psalm 72 and 9. They that dwell in the wilderness, yeah? Go to Isaiah 55, 14. Well, I found it. Yeah, come over the shop. Select it. I found it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 14. Thus saith Yahweh, the labor of Egypt, and the merchandise of Ethiopia, and of the suburbs, men of stature shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine, and they shall come after thee in chains. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely power is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power.
There's no power in them, man. They're gonna love and come over unto us, man. Give me Zechariah 8:23. They're gonna come over and they say there's no power in the damn stupidness, man.
This is the book of Zechariah chapter 8 verse 23. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all language of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that power is with you.
They're all gonna come over and they're gonna plead for the Israelites, man. And be like, oh please let us go with you. Understand? They got hand joined in hand. We're gonna come over and plead for the Israelites to please let us join you. Alright? It's gonna happen, man. It's come out of the mouth of the Most High.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
16. The Most High is going to deliver the Israelites, man, from these wicked heathens that are around about us. Man. Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination unto Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished.
Psalm 16:31. That's
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 68, and verse 31. Princes shall come out of Egypt. Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hand towards power. sing unto power, ye kingdoms of the earth. Oh, sing praises unto Yahweh Selah. To him that rideth upon the heavens of heavens, which were of old. Lo, he doeth send out his voice, and that the mighty voice, and doeth send out his mighty, send out his voice, that a mighty voice. Obscure ye strength unto Yahweh, his excellency is over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds. O power, thou art terrible out of the holy place. O power of Israel is that giveth strength and power unto his people.
And that's what they're going to say.
Blessed be power.
They're going to actually admit that the Israelites are the ones that have the power. Okay? They're not going to be like bigging up Ethiopia, man, and bigging up damn Zimbabwe, man. All right? They're going to know that the power is with the Israelites and none else. Okay? That's a brilliant precept. All right? Give me the book of Isaiah 5 from 1. All right?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 1. Now I will sing unto my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. And well-beloved have a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the clustered vine.
Exactly. So that's what it was talking about in the Revelations earlier on, right? When he said he's going to gather them, right? The cluster, and then he's going to smite the wicked. Okay. They're the same thing that we are the vine. That's why we're called the vine of Israel, man. All right? We are the branches of a vine. Okay? The vine is Yahweh Shai, and we're the branches that come out. Okay?
And build a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now,
so yeah, that's saying it was meant to bring forth grapes, but it was meant to bring forth grapes, but it brought forth wild grapes, man. All right, it became a degenerate plant, man. When you read, get that quickly. Hold it, you got get Jeremiah 2:21. It's meant to bring forth good fruit. I mean, read it in the Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and 6. The vineyard, he didn't keep it, man. King Solomon didn't keep his vineyard, so his mother was upset with it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant and of a strange vine unto me?
So yeah, we was meant to bring forth good fruit, good grapes, but our grapes have been mashed up.
Isaiah 5 and 3. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, between me and the vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I look that it should bring full grapes, brought it full wild grapes.
Yeah, so he gave us trials and tribulations, man. But it was meant to be atonement. All right, that was meant to be. When you remember, it says that all scourges are for amendments. We've been through scourges, man, but we still want to be wild. We've been scores and scores and scores, but Israel still want to be stupid. They can see signs and signs, but they still want to be stupid. Speaking.
Verse 5. And now go to. I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard.
Exactly.
I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the walls thereof, and it shall be trodden down.
Exactly, that's what's building ourselves up in the spirit, right? Take down the hedges, it's taking down the shackles of our, I mean, you know when you're in the garden and you clean up the garden, you take away the weeds, and that's what he's done. He's helped out the ones that seek him.
And I will lay it waste, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned, nor dig, but there shall come up rain and good. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of Yahweh of hosts is the house of Israel.
Exactly. The vineyard is the Israelites, man. Hence why we're called the vine of Israel, man. Alright?
And the men of Judah, he pleasant plant, and he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression of righteousness, but behold, a cry.
Yeah, man, that's why it says the ones that cry now are gonna laugh later. The ones that are laughing now will cry later, man. Yeah? We're crying right now. Get Songs of Solomon 1 and 6, just to clarify. Alright?
This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 6. Look not upon me, because I am black.
So yeah, we could have told the African, yeah, the blacks in the Bible. We could have easily done it, you know? Look not upon him because I am black, but really, King?
Because the sun have looked upon me.
So yeah, we could have said the sun. We live well in Jerusalem, where the sun is. You know what I mean? We're the Israelites. We are the Nazarites. We have locks. We are black people. We could have done it, but the Most High laid a stumbling block on that brother, man. You understand? Me, King?
My mother's children were angry with me. They made me to keep the vineyard, but my own vineyard have I not kept.
Exactly. That's why we asked him about his ancestors. Do you know your own vineyard? No, I don't know who created it. You don't know who the gardener is. You don't know. In the Bible, it's called the husbandman. You don't know who the husbandman is. The one that tends to the grapes, and the sower, and the ones that reaps. You don't know the creator, fam. Our creator is Yahweh. Man was confounded. Who? Because no one has given you that. You still got hedges around you. You still got shackles around you. Where you call yourself black. Alright? Where you call them white. These are shackles. These are backsliding shackles on you, man. Alright? Good. End it on that. Go to Revelation 14:19.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 19. And the angel thrust in his shackle onto the earth and gathered the vine of the earth.
It's like second Ezra 9 and 21. And we read that earlier on. But that's the same thing. Alright? The shekels, the vineyard, yeah, that's why we're going to be gathered like a cluster of grapes. Amos 8 and 2, right? You're going to get it all up. That's how we're going to. Second Ezra 9 and 21.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of a cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which are born in vain.
So he said that he spared them. He spared the ones that he had mercy on, man. Alright, the ones that want to keep the works, yeah, and love him, man. Right, it says, who have loved him? Who believes in this report? That's why we put our hands up, man. We love him, we fear him, we keep his report, we all listen to the prophets. Not the one that says, oh no, I don't know who created me. I don't know who created my ancestors. I am the God of me. I. Because I'm about to say, you don't believe in God. Like, what? Bro. Let's take time. You believe in the creator? Yes. Who's the creator? Me. Who created you? My parents. Who created them? The ancestors. Who created the ancestors?
They're the ancestors.
So wait, who created them ancestors? It's just gonna go, I don't know. We're gonna keep asking you who created them. There has to be a beginning to this thing. Alright?
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my grape be kept, and my blood, for with great labor I have made it perfect.
That's why we brought out earlier on, yeah, in the Job, in the Surah 16, the wicked, if they be born, it's for the sword. It's like that the multiple be born. It's just for they're gonna perish, man. There's like so many scriptures that are precepting the wicked just perishing, man. Psalms 2 and 8. Psalms 2 and 8. See, famous one, man.
This is the book of Psalms.
Everyone reads the book of Psalms, right? You go to chapter 1 like a storybook. You're gonna know chapter 2, right? Don't say you forgot chapter 2 already. You might not have went all the way to 149, but I know you at least read chapter 2. So let's read what Psalms chapter 2 says.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me and I shall give thee
No, sorry. Select let me say it properly. Psalms chapter 1 and verse 5. That's the one I want.
This is the book of
You
Psalms.
read the first chapter of Psalms. Come on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 5. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous.
The ungodly, the sinners, cannot stand with the righteous, man. And what is a sin?
The transgression of the
Read
law.
that, Brother Michelle. Because they will say that the laws are done away with, man.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressive also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Give him the chance. What up there? No man for being a new boy back in the day. YouTube, Vine of Israel. That's the name number. You take the name number, all of that. YouTube, Vine of Israel, man. Yeah. Give me one with the number. Obviously, way down there. Where the people of the Bible? You know that. Where the Israelites? We are way back. Love. Peace and love. Yeah, man. Yeah, read that, King.
Yeah.
Read that again, Psalms.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 5. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregations of the righteous.
Exactly.
For Yahweh knoweth the ways of the righteous, but the ways of ungodly shall perish.
The ways of the ungodly shall perish. So yeah, the sinners, ungodly, right?
Yeah.
Sins, right? Sinners are only gonna be Israelites. Wicked ones, man. Okay? Alright, read.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgresseth also the law. For sin is a transgression of the law.
Who was the laws given to? Israelites, bro. So sin is a transgression of the law.
That's right.
Yeah? They can't sin.
No. Never.
Even if they could sin, that'll be giving them props to say that they're sinners. That'll be putting them up on a pedestal, man, to be a part of sinners. know what I mean? They're not even on that level. They're less than sinners. They're less than sinners. They're just wicked.
So if you want to be subliminal about it, our nation have put them on the top of the pedestal because they're so quick to follow the oppressors. So they have praised them for their sins. So they are getting praised for their sins. But that's why our sins have reached heaven to be followed after them.
And Jehovah wickedness is a damn stupidness, man. Anyone following that Jehovah Witness thing is a stupid woman, man, or a stupid man. Anyone having a mask on their face don't fear God. Yeah, they're gonna die in Babylon. You understand? We're up here, we're not here to chim no ways, man. I kind of forgot what I'm going to actually cry aloud with and spare no one's feelings. Yeah? Get me that. So get me yeah. Let's go into a Wisdom of Solomon, right? Chapter 8 and 2. Because wait. No, wait, come here. You get Second Ezra 5 and 2. But we need to go into the vine, man. We need to go into the vine. The whole reason why we have the name Vine of Israel. We need to go into that because it was a spiritual thing. Because we was gonna call ourselves Root of Israel. Yeah? But then we found out that there's other camps or there's another brother out there with that holding that name. So we're like, we don't wanna, you know what I mean? Jump on someone else's thing. You know what I mean? Because they might not have the same sort of vibe that we uphold of the scriptures. That thing that we deem to be is what the Most High is ordained, man. So we're just gonna obviously hold on to the vine because it's still the root. Yeah, and the root and the branches. It was a powerful thing when we find the name. So bring it out, brother. Second Ezra 5.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased and shall be increased above that which is now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago, and the land that thou seest now to have root. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 22. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and our brain began to talk with the Most High again, and said, "O Lord, that." And I began to talk with the Most High again, and said, "O Lord, that beareth rule of every wood of the earth, of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine."
Exactly. All right. We're talking about the chosen now, man. Yeah, Ezra sat down and he got the understanding what the Most High's favorites are, man. All right.
And of all the land of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, the flowers thereof, one lily.
Exactly. There's one pit that no one can't trouble. All right. There's a flower that he says that is the best, the lily. Yeah. There's a tree that's the best, that's the vine. And it's the grapevine. Yeah.
And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
Okay, the secrets is obviously River Yarradan. Yarradan is Jordan, River Jordan.
And of all builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
Jerusalem, all right. Jerusalem, yeah. City of
And
peace.
of all the fowls of the air, and all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove.
The dove is the best bird of the air, the one that came back to Noah and gave him the land, showed him the land, the fruit of the land.
And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
So the sheep, the lost sheep, right, of Israel, right? That's why we're depicted or we're phrased to as sheep, right? They're chosen as well, all right? That's why we're depicted or we're paraphrased as vines, because that's who's chosen. So it's not far-fetched for us to call ourselves the vine of Israel, right? All right?
And among all the multitude of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou givest the law.
Hey, yo, you can't do that. Go over there.
And unto this people whom thou lovest, thou givest a law that is approved of all.
Exactly. Yeah? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and now an hour. Yeah. No, not leave it on. Yeah, these are the Israelites, man. Yeah, he's going to talk about the people that he's chosen as well. We're the Israelites. You can read it. No, read it.
Verse 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 28. And now, O power, why hast thou given this people over unto many?
Exactly. You always end up saying, why have you done this to us, man? You know what I mean?
And upon one root hast thou prepared others.
Exactly.
And why hast thou scattered the only one people among many?
All right, get Baruch 4 and 6 just quickly to answer the question. All right. Or you can get Isaiah. You can get Isaiah 42, 24.
This is the book of Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. Ye were not sold to the nations, not for our destruction,
He wasn't sold to slavery for destruction,
but because thou moved power to wrath.
because we moved on to wrath. That's why we're up here. We're up here to actually tell our brothers that God only loves us. Alright? He only loves the Israelites. That we must be put in these conditions, slavery, robbing, filling up the jail cells, court systems. He loves us because we are sin. You know what I mean? We call him to wrath. He's a jealous God.
Ye were delivered unto the enemy.
And these are not our friends. These are our enemies, alright? The Indians, Chinese, Arabs, alright? They're our enemies. He brought us to our enemies. We disrespect them. You know what we've done wrong? They didn't tell me. So what, you're not Muslim, bro? You were saying that earlier. Yeah, because we got beards on, right? That doesn't make us Muslims. You know what I mean? We don't wear dresses like this. This is the people. You never see us wearing a dress. They are spirit. Muslims is a religion, right? It's only like 500 years. Born in the year 500. We can't be a religion. We're a nation. We're the nation of Israel. You know like how they got the nation of Islam? Yeah? Them people are not Islam, they're not Arabs. So they're bigging up another nation that don't even belong to them. You understand? You can't be in the nation of Islam, you're not from Islam. You're not Arabian, right? So we're bigging up the nation of Israel. There's no other nation like us. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, 7 and 6 and all that. Nation means worldwide. Nation is different people. Nations means all the people of the world. Yeah? But we are one nation that are above all nations. I'm going to show you that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all people. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So that's all nations. We're above them. You know what I mean? And some people, you can actually notice that obviously we're the best in the boxing, we're the best at the inventions, the best at the cooking, dancing, singing. Just naturally, that's the best. They suffer from us. They actually want anything we do, they have to have us around for them to profit, to make to them. If we don't,
And we support them the most.
if we
Black
don't,
people, but we don't support ourselves. But we don't need to.
if we don't support ourselves, right? If we don't support ourselves, right? We are destroying ourselves.
Respect.
Understand? We're lacking knowledge. We don't respect. Where are you going from? Where you're back from? What? People be Israelites. What? They're not all people that look like Israelites. Yeah? There's the northern kingdom of Israel. It's split apart. Understand? So we're not up here to just be rebuke all the sort of looking white. Because the Colombians, the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, they're starting to mix themselves with the people.
That's why it's died out.
But that, yeah, but we've got the same vibe as them. The Latinos, the Monkeys, you know what I mean? They're like the Los Santos, and them guys, they're like us. You know? They've got the same rims, the same slavery, the same rims, the same swag, the same vibration of Jacob. Jacob has 12 children, isn't it? They're the 12 tribes. But there was a split in the kingdoms. In Solomon, he was dealt with so many women. It made the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, and we became the progenitors of the southern kingdom. That's Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Alright? And remnants of Simeon as well. When we split apart from them, they started to join themselves to idols. Yeah? Yeah. They started to join us to put them. They want to YouTube finish. Look us up, subscribe, you know what I mean? So get me that one. Give me that one in Deuteronomy. Let's give him bits of, we don't need the whole thing. We don't want to give him too full up. You know what I mean? But we have to understand that we need to gather ourselves with them. Alright? You know, they're kind of doing it over there with the Jehovah's Witnesses, right? But they don't know that they're Israelites. Right? You've got the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom standing next to each other, right there. But they're praising false gods, Jehovah's wickedness. Alright? It's a white man's religion, man. Alright? Charles T. Russell in 1872. They're not, that's who they're upholding, these doctrines. We're not meant to uphold the doctrine of the so-called white man. They use the Bible against us to enslave us. Understand? We have to know that we're going to use it against them.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, and pursue thee and overtake thee.
So this is the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 1. You know when you go to the beginning of the book, it's like a letter. It's like to, you know when it's like a letter, right? It says the address, who is addressed to, and it's got a name, the location, alright? Let's see what the beginning of this book, who it's addressing.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So these are the words unto the Israelites. Okay?
On this side of Jordan, in the wilderness.
Yeah. So let's do what. Yeah. So this is the word that Moses spake to the Israelites.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
If they fed God, they wouldn't wear a mask. Understand? So stupid.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearken not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep all his commandments.
So we didn't, that's where we went wrong. We didn't listen. We was hard-hearted. That's how they used to dress. That's how they go on now. That's how they were before. This is how they go on now. This is how the women must be. Yeah? This is how they will. This is how they want to be. Yeah? This is what go on in the households. Then they turn around and they start dealing with them. This is a disgrace. Now they want leprosy, blonde up their hair, bleach their skin,
the children are going to learn the same ways as the mums. If the mums are dressing like this, alright, like this, and the daughters are going to be like this. But we love to go for the go-go's like, and pretty girl. That's a real picture. That's a cartoon picture, but that's a real picture.
To keep the His commandments and His statutes which He commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these, that's it's a guy in America, isn't it? Emmett Till. Yeah, Emmett Till, man. And that's what he done to him, and he messed him up. They accused him of rape, right? That's what they do now. They still do that with black boys now. They still do that now. Yeah. They still do it now. Yeah. Messed him up. And before you even said it, I already knew. It's like, and they mashed him up. That's what he looked like, bro. Can't even identify him. Ran him, bleached in his face, messed him up, bro. Tortured him, bro. Died. These torturing techniques that we done, bro. He didn't want to believe the mission. The white Jesus. That's a real picture. That's a real pictures, bro. These are all real pictures, bro. Real. That's real, bro. Look at this one behind it. Black Friday, man. The line them up. That's the mission of Black Friday. Right? There's Black Friday where they kill them. It's the seller, the picnic. Pick a nigga. Have a picnic means to pick a nigga. I mean, and you know when you say, I'm a picnic, you shouldn't be calling them picnics. You know what I mean? That's what the slaves would call the children, pick niggas. And then I sit down, have a little blanket, and a little tea and a crumpets, and I can pick the niggas that they want to pick. Where is it? Like this, look. That's a picnic. The orchard blocks.
I feel like when the Americans can celebrate 4th of July, when they obviously they took the 4th of July, the picnic. First Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46. And it shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou serve not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
So let's go for some verses.
For the abundance of all these things. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies.
So we're going to serve who?
Thou shalt serve thine enemies.
See the same thing we read in the other book before? Led to jealousy. It made us serve our enemies. Said the same thing. Alright? In the books of Moses, right?
Thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
So when you want to get something spiritual, where are you going to go to get something? Where do they go to get that? Who owns the Tesco? Jewish man. Yeah, and Sainsbury's. Yeah. Swedes and Lidls, Germans and that. They own these businesses, bro. Cars, German cars, Italian cars. You know Frederick J. Johnson, the so-called slave, yeah, from America, created the automobile. He's the inventor. We should be rich. Every car that you're seeing right now, we should get a certain value from it. We make no account for our labors, bro. All our hard work, the refrigerator, invented by a black man. The internet, the mobile phones. The guy that created the Rolls Royce, the guy that was helping the company Rolls Royce with the mobile phone cars, right? The first cars were the first mobile phones that he bought in cars, car phones. He said, look, I can take this mobile phone, I can take the phone out the car and create a mobile. Alright? We invented it. Then you look at the camera, we invented the camera, we invented the microphone. We put together this device. This device was created by us. All these inventions will. Come on, bro. The first will. What do you think created that? You think I never came from the Israelites back in the days to make movement? We created everything. Down to the doorstopper, down to the mock-up. I've got a list of inventions, bro. The list goes on. You may as well just say we're big and proud of everything. Understand? Yeah? But look, now we have to go to our questions to buy these things. Okay?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until thou hast destroyed thee.
Django. Yeah? Jamie Foxx, you saw it. The man's got the yoke of iron on his neck. Alright? Go to a deep one. Go to 54.
54. Verse 54.
Who are these people that have these questions? But now they're in the Bible, they're called Israelites. Yeah?
Verse 54.
Not just the black people, the Seminole Indians and Native Americans as well. That happens to them as well. They're Pocahontas. One of them.
So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Bro, when you first meet the brothers, yeah, you know that you shouldn't be like, oh, that's an op. But because you're very cautious, because you know that our brothers, the more time they're evil to one another, bro. So you're like, yo, I gotta watch him, man. Yo, that man's like, but really and truly, bro, we're humble people. We're loving brothers. When you get to know your brother, you're like, rah, man can vibe with them. Man could go to a, obviously, worldly time. You go to the rave, go to a dance, just vibe with the gal there, drink and smoke and do that. You know what I mean? All of that's good, it's lustful. But you know that really and truly, man just want to be playful. You just want to vibe. You know what I mean? If we do that same vibes without the smoking and the obsessive drinking, yeah, and do that for the Most High, imagine how David danced for the Most High when he brought the Ark of the Covenant. Man danced, you see, we got the vibe, we played the harp, we played the guitar, we played the trumpets. We vibed, but we got that vibe. But if we do it and sing to God rather to Yahweh, yeah, rather than do it for our own lustful vanity and being ways, the Most High will say you get blessings. If you do it in wickedness, you get curses. Our heart shall be evil towards our brother.
And towards the remnant of his wife.
Yeah, and towards the remnant of his wife, go on.
Of his bosom, and to the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
Single parent household. Who's that? Who's the single? Come on. Like, I don't want to be rude. Was you brought up with your Popsy? Was you brought up with Popsy? Was you brought up with Popsy, bro? You have Popsy around? Yeah. All praises, bro. You know what I mean? Some of us did, bro. Alright? But a lot of us, bro, we weren't brought up like my Pops, he was around.
But not doing nothing.
He wasn't doing much. He was around. He was doing something. He tried. He wasn't doing much as he could. You know what I mean? Now my dad, he knows he's an Israelite, and now he don't want the curses to be on him. He starts to learn. He does a lot more for his children. You know what I mean? We have to come out of that. We have to learn that, yo, there's blessing. Let's be some blessing. Let's be some blessing. Bible. King James one as well. King James one. Let's read some blessings. We don't really read the blessings like that. Yeah, let's go to some blessings. We shall rise up on high. Verse 8.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
No, start from 7. Yeah.
And verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
So if we start loving the Most High, no enemies, nothing, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's literally what it's saying. When we start to love Him and keep the words and keep the blessing, keep the commandments and the laws, all the enemies shall run away. It says, where's the one where it says, 1 shall chase 1,000, 2, Deuteronomy 22. Because we need to, what it is, we need to know now, what is the commandments. No, let's not go there, let's not go too hard. Go to Matthew chapter 4. Right? What is the whole point of us being on here? It's not just to save a church. This is the church. Come on here. Matthew chapter 4 verse 17. How do you not stay in contact? Like the phone, where each other lives. You know what I mean? And we always meet up here for a certain time. That's how we used to live back in the old times. Without the phones, without the letters, you know what I mean? We make sure, yo, let's meet up here, specific time, at noon.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 4, and verse 17. From that time, Yahushua began to preach.
So that's so-called Jesus, yeah? Yahushua, yeah?
And to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So repent, alright? So repentance, okay, is when we know something, yeah, that we could be ignorant of right now, right? But once we know, let me do the Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Once we know what it is, we need to start talking honest with it. You know what I mean? Because we're not up here to say, oh, look, you don't keep the laws, you're gonna die. That's not what we're up here. Because that's not what you don't get. It's not the game you're doing. It's slander. We're meant to turn alone, bro. We're the Israelites. There's conditions that we need to follow. We made a covenant with the Most High. Once we follow them conditions and we keep right with Him, then we can get the blessing. So what do we need to repent for? Understand? That's the main question. Let's do it. 10 and 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth Yahweh thy power require of thee?
So what's your nationality now in the Bible? Now you know. Now you know because you think the curses of the yeah? So what does God require of you?
To fear Yahweh thy power.
Fear the Lord, the Creator. Yeah, it's not the Lord. It's Yahweh. It's the wise number. That's Yahweh. Right? To fear Yahweh. To fear Him is serious. That is the beginning of the whole thing.
To walk in all His ways.
To walk in His ways.
To love Him. To serve and to serve Yahweh thy power with all thy heart.
We are literally slaves, we're servants, submit
and with all thy soul.
All thy soul.
To keep the commandments of Yahweh and His statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
The laws, statutes, and the commandments, it will make us good. It's like when it says, man, don't sleep with man. That's a good thing to say. You know what I mean? Let's be real. So get me the Leviticus. Let's see what we're to Leviticus. Yeah, let's get the have to show you the laws. Otherwise, we'll be like, this is the whole point for us to get closer to God. Now we know what pisses Him off. Okay? We need to know how to love Him and to show love to Him. That's for sure.
Todos nuestros pensamientos, por eso nosotros te invitamos hoy que vengas a Jesús. Ven a Jesús, mira que las cosas están cada día peor, se está organizando el nuevo orden mundial.
They know that they worship in
There's curses upon our people that, like we said, we're going to search. I'll show you one of the curses after. Once we give you the Lord, I'll show you that curse after.
These guys have a chance. Look, we're reading the Bible, we have to stand up and scream in the Bible. This looks more, if I was to be on the outside looking in, people that read the actual verses from the Bible would be more beneficial for me than to be screaming and shouting at all the philosophers. We're reading verbatim, not saying the words. Their background, their foundation is the Bible, right? Being Christians or Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever they are, right? But they're not even quoting from it. It's a bit of a contradiction, a bit of a hypocrisy. A bit of a hypocrisy. Look, they ain't even got Bibles in, they're not even hanging up Bibles, they're hanging up books.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27. Thou shalt not round the corner of thy head.
Alright, we're not allowed to shave off and line up our heads. Okay?
Neither shalt thou murder the corner of thy beard.
So like the corners, like you see that how you've got your little goatee thing there. No, don't mar it up, don't slice it up. That's just one of them, okay? You know, like the foods, it's even dietary laws, like how we should eat. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, what would you call clean?
Bad diet.
You eat prawns and lobster. That's good, bro. You understand, you're confessing, you're telling the truth, you're not like one and like I know you eat lobster. Yeah, but you eat prawns, right? You don't really, but now, now, when you look at it, you know that you're an Israelite. Okay, all of this, this is what we can do. Right? That's just the flat road. That's what they're doing. They're making humans animals, mixing hybrids. There's wickedness in the world right now. There's a human pigment into the machine. Imagine that. Imagine what he's thinking. That must be crazy. It must be upset. Imagine you're a pig. You're still other people and they're pigs. Must be making yourself. People are weak with that world. Yeah, the scientists that are doing these things, bro. Putting airs in the backs of them. Oh, this is
They'll do something like Camaro, where they mix two different types of species together, hybrid, human and the animal. They call them a Camaro. So that's what they're cloning animals, bro. We're eating cloned food now, bro. We're eating cloned lamb, cloned chickens. The world, bro, we need to upgrade, bro. Like I said, when we eat from the vegans, we eat from the supermarkets, bro. We eat from them. You don't see bag of chickens running around, but there's chicken shops everywhere. Where are they all coming from, man? You have to pray hard, right, to survive. Yeah, read that. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse...
No, chapter 11.
Oh, it's like 11. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11. I want to go straight to the...
Yeah, go straight to it.
Come on. And verse 7. And the swine, though...
No, first 5.
Leviticus chapter 11. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron and saying unto them, speak to the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among the beasts that are on the earth.
These are the ones who can
Whatsoever parteth the hoof and cheweth and clove foot.
Yeah, it's got the food like that. Yeah. These have got foods like that, yeah.
And clove foot. And cheweth the cud among the beasts.
So these ones chew the cud. Yeah, it means that their food digests. It's old English, right? Their food digests. They eat grass. Alright? They eat clean things. They eat the grass, alright? These all are grass eaters, herbivores and carnivores, right? Yeah.
That ye shall eat.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of that cheweth the cud, or of them that are divided of the hoof. As the camel, because he chewed the cud, but divide not the hoof.
So these things can eat grass as well, okay? Yeah. And the camel as well. Yeah. They got the same sort of feet. And so it's showing you at the picture. Yeah. That's why we have to come out here and bring out the posters. Some people can read this and they might not have
weakness,
so we help them out with the posters, right?
He is unclean unto you.
These are unclean, the camels are unclean. So the Muslims,
Yes,
that's why I said I'm Muslims. We're not Muslims. The Muslims, they're allowed to eat camels in the Quran. Alright? They're unclean to us. Alright? In Arabia, there's a lot of camels in where they live. So they eat that. And we are not allowed to eat them. Alright? It's the same as a pig.
And the corny, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
Exactly.
And the hare, because he cheweth the cud,
With a rabbit. Alright?
but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
So rabbits are not on here, right? The rabbits are unclean as well to eat.
and the swine,
The what?
and the swine.
Pork and the pig, right? Yeah,
No.
that fucks up the system anyway.
Though he divided the
Pork
who,
fucks from wheat. So look, these are all the things that are in pork. Alright? Sweeties, butter, low fat butter, pints, the bullets, the bone of the pig is in the bullet. Look, tambourines are, the skin of tambourines, the leather, that's pig. Look, rare things, look, face masks, the women putting all that conditioner on their face, that's pork. Toothpaste, there's pork in toothpaste.
toothbrushes.
That's why man get anti-fluoride toothpaste. Yeah, anti-fluoride certain toothpaste. You know what I mean? Even a brush, a hairbrush, that's the hairs. That's the hairs of the people. Yeah, there's bare things that are pork, bro. Yeah, they actually want us to deal with the pork so we get brought down low. Because when we start to deal with the swine, they rise up high. But when we start to love to keep the commandments, we go up high. They get brought down low. We read that already. The enemies shall be brought down low. Yeah, when we start read that, that's the blessings of us, isn't it? Alright? Yeah.
Though it divided the who,
Yeah.
but
Go
true.
to the fish.
Oh, the vision.
Yeah.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9. These shall eat of all that are in the water.
We dealt with the beasts that are on the lands, right? Yeah, these are the lands. These are the ones with the water, right? The fish, yeah?
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water, in the sea, and in the rivers, them ye shall eat.
So this is what you shall eat, yeah?
And all that have not fins nor scales in the sea and in the river
So
of all.
octopus, shark, dolphin, yeah, we shouldn't eat those. Whales, they don't have fins and scales, yeah? Octopus, crabs, lobsters, prawns, that's not our thing.
All that moves in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Exactly. Go to Isaiah. Now let's see a prophecy of the people that eat them things. What's going to happen to them? Go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 65. I'm going to got a statement right here. Isaiah 65 and verse 2. Start from 2 and go down to 4.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 2. I have spread out my hand all the day to a rebellious people, which walk in their own ways that were not good,
So yeah,
after their own fault.
after their own thoughts of that, bro. Like obviously, after you leave here today, you hearken, you took the time to listen and you want to learn, right? If man go away today and they still want to do their own thoughts, after we've shown them, God saith the Bible, that's not for us, then that's what you don't care, you don't fear God, you don't want to come back to the loving God, you don't want to go to bed, you don't want to be then you're rebellious. Rebellion. Even says, if you don't hear, you shall.
What's it? See, why do we have to go again?
Oh, it's a badge of honor. It's a badge. If you read the Bible dictionary, beard actually means a badge of honor. Like David told. Well, we'll get that. Just leave this one, and then we'll get the beard. If you ask the questions.
A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifices in gardens and burneth incense upon the altar of brick, which remains among the graves and lodge and the mount and the monuments, which eat swine flesh, and broth of abominable things that is in the vessel.
So like smoking, we told you tobacco, all them things. But cigarette butt is porking as well. Like, all these things are porkish. You can't do it. Go, turn the page. Go to 66 and verse 17.
Jeremiah 66.
Start 15.
Jeremiah 66 and verse 15. Behold, For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flame of fire. For by,
Mad, upset, pissed off, bro.
for by fire,
Noah's time, come and flooded them out, washed them out with this, you know, with a come with fire now.
for by fire and by the sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh.
He calls the Israelites a sword. We are the ones who's going to use the fire and who's going to use us. We're not going to get touched. Have you seen Bird Box? A film where anyone that looks outside, they get turned into zombies and go crazy. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
And will slay of Yahweh shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden.
The ones that are idle, like, oh, look at me, I are the best, and they sanctify themselves. You've got that in that Instagram, Facebook, selfies. They're all sanctifying themselves.
In the garden, behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouse that shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Give me the Maccabees. Think about the Maccabees. Second Maccabees. You know the one where the man Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 7. Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse 6.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth,
Second Maccabees. Verse 18. 18
this is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of a well-favored countenance, was constraining to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he chose rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination.
Man beat his own tongue off. Just so he couldn't eat the swine. Read that again. Doesn't matter what I'm saying. Read that again. These are powerful. Read that again.
Eleazar,
Yeah.
one of the principal scribes, an aged man of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth.
Bound down, yeah. Force fed, yeah. Like how they done it to us in slavery. They used to put pork and sieves in our mouth and put pork down because we wouldn't want to eat. They were feeding us swine flesh.
They show you that in the rough nation. Like in the birth of the nation.
Your wife would have catch it. That was a fun one. That's a second one.
Was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such abomination, spit its full and came of his own accord to the torment.
Bit his tongue off. Boom. Rather go through the pain, biting off his tongue. There's a thing. There's I'd rather than to sin. What's that one there? It says in it says I'd rather do a madness than to sin. What's it says, Anna? It says I'd rather die than to sin. Because why would I? Because you know God will kill you. Even worse than what a man could do to you, man. I'd rather go through pain and torment than to go through you putting me into sin. That shows you that you're faithful. You really love God. God's gonna really protect you.
the Howard will really protect you when you go put yourself through that vibe, you get it? It's like one of Susanna. Yeah. She's named the brother of the dragon.
That's all the spirit that sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
Spirit,
isn't it?
All kind of spirit come around sometimes, you know?
That's a mark.
Soon as I start meditate on them thing, man, you know where the spirit, you know, all kind of spirit come more time, you know? Temptation sometimes. Yeah, man, it's a heavy thing, man. Heavy. And if you notice, when my brother tell about the thing that we're going to eat out of the sea, if you notice they make lobster, they make more expensive food, go on. It still is abomination food. But then there's a fully mask. Everybody says, oh, me eat some lobster, eat expensive lobster. You understand? And it's abomination food. That's why the so-called white man make it be so expensive. You understand? And they put the pig in everything. Everything you put the pig in. You don't even know sometimes they are eating food. Everything, brother. Up to the much as the sweetie where you're putting on the shop for the kids, all that of it. You know one sweet name called Aurora. You never want on jelly sweetie like. You know that jelly sweetie, that's pork. Yeah. That's pork.
Wait. I found it. Hold it. I'll find it again. Don't worry, I'll find it. Yeah, go to verse 22.
This
Right there. Water.
This is the book of Susanna, chapter verse 22. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straight on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hand. It is better for me to fall into the hand, into your hand, and not do it than to sin in the sight of Yahweh.
Exactly. He says, I may as well die by your hands, right? Than to lie. Because they wanted her to lie and say that she'd done something she didn't do. She's like, look, I'm not about to come up here and bear false witness. That is how serious. If anyone that was getting tried, you know that when you got the army, the military, right? They can't commit treason and start telling the enemies the secrets of the country. They have to go through all these torturing. They have to be you got torture, right? That is what we're gonna have to go through. We're gonna be tested if we really love God. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, cut your beard, eat the pork, deal with the white guy, yeah, deal with the Edomite, yeah, deal with Stacy, yeah, deal with Claire and Sabrina, the teenage witch, yeah, deal with them yonder. I mean, we're gonna be tested spiritually. You know what I mean? Give me Ephesians 6 and 12. But she said, no, I'd rather die in your hands than to die by the Heavenly Father. Because the Heavenly Father, someone can kill your body. Your body's just flesh. But you have a soul that carries this body. You know when you die, you're 6 pounds lighter. Because your soul holds weight. When your soul leaves the body, you become lighter to carry. Anyone would think that you'll become heavier. But you don't, because when our bodies are parts, God can kill your soul, man. That's what we're up here preparing our souls for the kingdom, bro. We don't care about the body. We can die, the death is promised to everyone, bro. But when you keep the commandments, you start to learn, you become immortal. We're gonna live on, like the Most High willing, you don't take His spirit off us. We live on, bro. You're up here right now, to remember we read in the keep the commandments to prosper, to live. You're up here now, bro, but God's got you up here, Yahweh has got you up here to live, to survive after all these times. You've got the corona, you've got the volcanoes, you've got the landslides, you've got the water flushing Jamaica and St. Vincent and that. The water, we washed out Jamaica back in the days, like about 2 months ago? Yeah. 3 months ago. Remember that flooding in Jamaica? Bro, there's been madness been going on, bro. Red waters happening everywhere. There's rivers in Jamaica with the rivers are red. These are the same blood rivers, isn't it? These are the same things in Exodus when the Israelites have to get set free. You know what I mean?
There's rivers now in Jamaica where it's red.
There's rivers in Jamaica that are red.
About 20.
I don't know if it's still red now, but that's why. These prophecies are happening, bro. Read that one, Ephesians.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
In where?
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
There's some spiritual wickedness that are amongst us, bro. It's really high. You can't see it with your own eyes, bro, but it's around you, like it's a vibe. Like you said in Matthew, Mark 4:14. When you start to keep His commandments and you start to learn God and you want to come and learn and listen to the men of God, bro, things are going to come and pull you. You're going to get a phone call. You're gonna go tell your mom, we're the Israelites, so you know on this learning. You say, nah, don't listen to them guys. She's gonna show you some verses, let's look at this though. You'll be like, oh yeah, mom. You know what I mean? Wait, God is not choosing women. God is choosing men. All throughout the Bible, He chose Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, He chose men. It's not like we don't need the women, we're not dogging the women. But we need to know we are the backbone. We are the spinal cord for our family, and the foundation that we need is the scriptures to build that family. Understand?
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4 and verse 14. The sower soweth the word.
So we are sowing the word, okay? That's old English again. It's like the sow, right? The sow. It's like the flower in the ground. Right? We're trying to show you in the first at that time that we were disrespectful to God. Then we showed you why. It's because we never kept the commandments. Then we showed you, bro, these are the commandments we need to keep. And then we started to show you now, bro, look, the zealous Israelites, women and men that didn't want to break the commandments, and they put themselves in torment just to show God how loving and how much faith they had for Him. They were trying to sow the word. We're getting deep now. We've got into some deep scriptures now. You know what I mean? To put you on that level of understanding. You know?
And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown.
Oh, here by the wayside, where the soul into you, brother.
But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately.
So when you start to hear, bro, you know what I mean? But you got the spirit on you. The brother was there while we were searching. You know what I mean? The brothers, that's what we're here for. Brothers to help you out, not keep you pulled off and dismayed. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we have to be with one another. When someone is falling down in a pit, another brother helps them out, pull them out. When you're on your own in this thing, read that now. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. We need to read that one. I think it keeps coming back.
I have one precept.
Oh, right. Very loud, okay.
Man going.
No, read it properly.
Who the precept? Okay. Scripture. The book of Proverbs 20, verse 24. Man going of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way?
Exactly. So man's going to of the Lord. Man's going to of Yahweh.
Yeah.
So you coming up here right now, it's the Most High made you come up here. You know what I mean? None to think, oh yeah, look, it's high, it's not us. We are puppets. You already said it before you came. We're puppets. The puppeteer is what it all the strings. Yeah? The Most High, someone says, oh, that was the devil that done that. You know what I mean? But who told the devil to go there?
God even Yahweh controls the angels and the devils, bro. He's the God of good and the good of evil, bro. He's not just one thing. He wants to uphold righteousness, yeah. But the righteous ones are the Israelites.
That's right.
Yeah? But we are now being put down low by our enemies that are the wicked. That's all the other nations, bro. That's all the Arabs, Persians, Egyptians, Chinese, Japanese, Indians. They're all are.
Psalm 83.
There's 18 nations in the Bible. Yeah, so we are one of the top Israelites. The other 17 are wicked, bro. They are all gonna be slaves to us. And people come on and say, oh no, but you know they can have a little mercy, like they're being good now. Don't see what the white man's doing to the Indians. No, okay. See what God's doing to the Indians. See what Yahweh's doing to the Indians. Over 200 and something thousand are getting death blaze right now. See it? Burning. What's going on there? What's happening in India? They say it's Corona, but we know it's God, bro. It's judgment. There's prophecies in Elam in the book of Jeremiah. Right? Elam, remember India is Elam, right? Yeah, that's their biblical name. That we didn't know our biblical name before. When we read these names in the Bible, we're like, wait, what's Gomer? What's Tarish? You are, you know what I mean? You are Moab. Now we know that we know that even they are being stripped from their names as well. You know what I mean? But we know that now who fits where in what. He showed us secrets that we didn't understand before. Now we're growing in this truth to learn. You know when you speak, what words are to get Deuteronomy 32, right? And then get what verse? 2 Timothy 2:15. Oh yeah, get that. I'll find it again. There it is. 32:30. If Philippians can't slap though, Ethiopians are the Cushites. Alright? The Cushites are these people, the Hamites. We're the Shem, we're from Shem. Alright? Noah had 3 sons. Alright? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Alright? We're from Ethiopia. 30. Alright? That's what Abraham comes out of Shem. They come out of the They're not the Cushites. We're totally different. From Ham, that's way back in Genesis. We're more closer to the social language. They're our twin brother. Yeah? They're our twin brother. That's our twin brother. Yeah. Imagine. Jacob and Esau. Esau are the red and white ones. Red and soft and white ones. They're in slavery. Do you believe in the Bible?
Do I read the Bible?
Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah. My dad's a vicar.
Well, your dad's a what?
Priest, like a vicar.
A vicar?
Protestant.
Okay, should we read you something out of the Bible?
I'm kind of interested, but I'm happy with this.
Get in slavery. Yeah? Get in slavery. Alright? So yeah.
He's our brother for sure.
Yeah, he's our
We come from Rebecca.
Come from Rebecca, yeah. Alright? But we're separated, we're different to them, we're a different nation to them. They're the nation of the Edomites. Yeah? That shouldn't even be picking up the Bible. He's not allowed to believe in our Bible. This is us. What he says to us, why are you touching this? Bad. You know, like what you do? You know what I mean? Like, it's an abomination for them to do. That's why when you start look on the channel and watch the brothers things and come to learn with us, bro. Show you things, bro.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
King Kong, yeah, and Godzilla. They're in the Bible, bro. They're brethren. They're not meant to be fighting. King Kong versus Godzilla. They're not meant to be fighting. They're brethren. They're gonna fight their heathens. They're gonna fight the armies, bro. Yeah, it's going crazy. Wait to the end. You know when they say the Gideon come?
Babylon are full, and the Most High rises up all of these angels and these pets and these lions, and they will come out and start roaring. We're going to be roaring with the lions and that, chasing them down and that. You know, like Wakanda, like that. You don't really see it in like the try to make room for that. But it's going to be like, bro, it's going to be just crazy. Like, remember Predator, the man with the locks and comes out and it's going to be mad. But there's going to be Godzillas and King Kongs as well, rivers. Like, yo, get that one over there. Like, nah.